Hello, and welcome to another video brought to you by the Wildsea Atlantic Ocean Heritage Route. Now, watching whales and dolphins out at sea is an incredible experience, but sometimes, with all the excitement, we tend to forget that our presence may well disturb the very same animals that we are admiring. Today, we will explain some general guidelines to reduce this impact to a minimum. However, please bear in mind that different whale and dolphin watching destinations may have their own legal requirements to regulate this activity. Make sure you're aware of them. Imagine that you're visiting a museum. Just like some works of art require that you keep a distance, when we set out to watch dolphins or whales in the wild, we must imagine that they carry an invisible, mobile bubble around them at all times that we should never trespass. This is their personal space, which has to be respected. Basically, it should be up to them to decide if they want to interact with us, and not the other way around. The generally accepted rule, depending on the species and the national law, is that there is a 50 to 100 meter radius area that is a no approach zone. No vessels are allowed in this area. This also affects divers underwater and planes or helicopters flying over. No one should actively seek to be there. Between 100 and 300 meters lays the caution area. Vessels are allowed in here under certain conditions. First, vessels should lower their speed to a no-wake speed. Second, vessels may never approach cetaceans from behind or from the front. They should always approach them from the side, slightly from behind, moving in a parallel direction. Last but not least, there should never be more than 3 vessels in the caution area at the same time, 2 in some countries, and always on the same side of the animals so that they don't feel trapped. To ensure that everybody can observe the animals, each vessel can stay there for 30 minutes. If a 4th vessel arrives, it should wait outside the caution zone. In this case, the viewing time for the vessels inside the caution zone gets reduced to 10 minutes, so that all vessels can observe the animals, keeping disturbance to a minimum. There are other important things to keep in mind. While in the caution area, turn off the fish finder, depth transducers or any other sonar source, and avoid any loud noises. Remember, cetaceans communicate with the rest of the group through sounds, and loud noises are very annoying for them. Always watch out for calves. If there are any, the no approach zone grows to 300 meters. Mothers can nurse their calves for over 2 years. Any disturbance to the group may result in calves getting apart from their mothers, probably dying as a result. And what happens if the animals approach you? Well, keep your course and speed without making any sudden movements and enjoy. Distances are all very good, but sometimes they are difficult to judge. It is also really important to understand these animals' normal behaviors and to watch out for unusual responses that suggest that animals are getting tired of us and that we should leave. Normal behaviors of whales and dolphins include milling, resting, traveling, feeding, and socializing. Any abrupt change to natural behaviors constitutes disturbance. Main signs of disturbance are abrupt changes in speed or direction of travel, rapid swimming at surface, a female attempting to shield a calf with her body, repeated tail slapping, breaching or chafing at surface, repeatedly turning or moving away from the vessel, or a group splitting apart or moving closer together. If you see any of these, you're far too close to the animals and it is time to leave. Chronic disturbance may lead to long-term negative impacts, such as compromised health, stress, injury, reduced reproductive success, and displacement from or avoidance of important habitats. Also remember, these are wild animals and their behavior can be completely unpredictable. Do not feed them and never get in the water with them. Now that you know the cetacean watching list of do's and don'ts, we encourage you to follow our channel and share this video in order to broaden the community of awesome, respectful, ocean-loving people. And remember, you can find your next wildlife watching adventure along the Wildsea Atlantic Ocean Heritage Route in www.wildsea.eu.